Hello, I'm Ryan Haslam with your SCV News Break for Thursday, November 21st. A 72-year-old man was killed Wednesday evening while crossing the street on Wiley Canyon Road and Orchard Village Road. The victim's name has not been released. He was struck by a white minivan just after 6 o'clock Wednesday. The victim was transported to a local area hospital where he was pronounced dead. Deputies are investigating the crash and say alcohol does not appear to be a factor. Witnesses to the collision are asked to call Detective Jeffrey Megg at 661-255-1121. A Santa Clarita teen who stands accused of spray painting cars and other property in a well-to-do Northpark neighborhood last month is in hot water again after an arrest on a burglary charge. 19-year-old Jake Heffernan of Valencia was arrested Wednesday evening after he was accused by a neighbor of breaking into her home, stealing alcohol, and then running away when the resident allegedly discovered he was there. Heffernan fled the scene according to Sheriff's Department records and was found nearby shortly after. He's due back in court Friday in a little more than 2 weeks after his last not guilty plea and was being held Thursday in lieu of $50,000 bail. Drug overdose deaths in Santa Clarita have dipped dramatically so far this year compared to last year's numbers, according to Sheriff's Station officials. Last year, we saw a 3-year high with 16 drug-related deaths reported. So far this year, there have only been 4. Sergeant Bob Waxmuth of the Sheriff's Station's Juvenile Intervention Team says the dip is the result of a cooperative effort between the City of Santa Clarita, the Sheriff's Station, and the Hart District. The schools have developed a peer-led Defy It program with the city, which has worked with law enforcement and Action Family Counseling for their Heroin Kills campaign. The campaign hosts events throughout the year intended on raising awareness. City of Santa Clarita Communications Specialist Evan Thomason says the next goal is, of course, to get the figure from 4 down to 0. Coming up after the break, Santa Clarita's only homeless shelter is opening its doors early this year. That and more after this.
SCV Newsbreak is brought to you by Action Family Counseling.
My relationships were affected by my addiction in ways that are almost hard to describe. I lost that trust and that sense of intimacy that you have with your family.
Everyone says that, oh, it's just a plant, like you can't get addicted to it, but like really, it is addictive. If you're doing it all day, like every day, it's just like, that's all your life consists of is smoking weed, like then it's addictive.
I think your son is, you'll never know, because it is hard to hide, but if you try hard enough, you can conceal it. There's no face to addiction. Like your next door neighbor could be an addict and you have no idea.
The people we deal with are great people. They're just making bad choices. So if we can help people make better choices, everybody wins.
And I love you very, very much.
The Santa Clarita Valley's only homeless shelter and resource center is inviting you to dinner as it opens its doors this season. It's the earliest the shelter has opened its doors in 17-year history. The ceremony Sunday will take place from 3 to 5:30 p.m. Tickets, which are $40 at the door or $35 in advance, come with dinner, dessert, and a commemorative soup bowl donated and painted by volunteers. Well, on Tuesday, the LA County Board of Supervisors will consider buying the building that houses the Castaic Library. The nearly 7,000 square foot library is being expanded under a lease agreement to more than 12,000 square feet. Under the terms of the existing lease, the county has until December 19th of this year to exercise the purchase option or it expires. According to a report from the county CEO, the purchase price of $2.36 million is below the estimated market value and includes escrow fees. Well, there's a weekend full of great sports. Here to tell us more is Dave Caldwell.
Playoffs, playoffs, playoffs this weekend as Santa Clarita will be filled to the brim with postseason action. First in football, the Hart Indians will host the #1 seed in the CIF Northern Division and the defending division champions, I might add, the Palos Verdes Sea Kings at College of the Canyons. The Indians will be looking for redemption as the Sea Kings knocked Hart out of the playoffs in the second round last year. The game will be shown live on Fox Sports Prep Zone. At Canyon High School Friday night, the Saugus Centurions will host the Miracosta Mustangs, a team that finished second to Palos Verdes in the Bay League. Valencia travels to Arroyo Grande for their second round game. In 8-man Division II, Trinity travels to Palm Springs to play Desert Chapel in the semifinals. This is the third year in a row the Knights have made it to the semis, losing the other two. In college sports, College of the Canyons women's soccer takes on Mount San Antonio in the first round of the California Community College Athletic Association Southern California Regional on Saturday. The Lady Cougars are 16-1-4, one of the best seasons in program history. In other college women's soccer playoffs, the Masters College opens up the NAIA National Championship Tournament with a home game against Cal State San Marcos. The match begins at 1 p.m. at Reese Field. Later Saturday night, the Lady Mustang women's volleyball begins their run for a national championship when they too take on Cal State San Marcos. The winner of that match will go to Iowa to play in the national championship tournament. So Ryan, you are right, a weekend full of great sports here in Santa Clarita.
Thanks, Dave. Turning to weather, we did see a little bit of rain in Santa Clarita Thursday. According to the National Weather Service, Santa Clarita got just under a quarter inch of rain over the last 24 hours. More rain is in the forecast Friday with highs in the 50s. Things will start to clear out Saturday and Sunday with sunny skies expected through the start of next week. That's all we have for you tonight. For more Santa Clarita news, log on to hometownstation.com or scvnews.com. Thank you for watching. I'm Ryan Haslam.
SCV NewsBreak is brought to you by Action Family Counseling.